The NFC East is always one of the NFL's most chaotic and competitive divisions. Every season brings drama, rivalries, and unexpected twists, and 2025 is no different. With the Eagles looking to repeat as Super Bowl champions, the Cowboys trying to reclaim their spot at the top, the Commanders building around Jaden Daniels, and the Giants searching for stability, this year's battle for the East might be the most intriguing yet. Let's dive into the records and see how it all shakes out. Philadelphia Eagles 13-4 NFC East champions. The Philadelphia Eagles just authored the template. Philly's 2024 was a wire-to-wire flex. 14-3 regular season, NFC title game demolition of Washington, 55-23, a conference championship points record, and a controlled Super Bowl win over the Chiefs. That isn't an outlier, it's organizational infrastructure showing up in January and February. The offensive core is intact and lethal. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Saquon Barkley, signed on a 3-year deal in 2024, give Philly multiple answers to any coverage shell. Barkley's arrival unlocked downhill runs and angle choice concepts to punish light boxes, and the Eagles leaned on that balance in their title run. With a healthy OL and another year of chemistry, they stay top 5 in early down EPA and red zone TD rate. The secondary talent matured fast. 2024's double dip at CB with Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean paid real dividends down the stretch. Both played beyond rookie expectations and give Philly sticky scheme versatile coverage options that let the front rush with fewer simulated pressures. They handle the division's biggest stress test, Dallas in Week 1. Opening against a rival with a new coaching staff favors the continuity roster. The Eagles' ability to pivot between 11 and 12 personnel and create plus gaps in the run game should travel, and Hurts' QB run stress still forces safeties to cheat, opening the glance post-world to Brown. Dallas's RB depth chart and protection packages are still in flux right now. Now, here is what could wobble this squad. Super Bowl hangovers are real, and they did take advantage of turnover luck in the NFC title game. But compared to the Cowboys, new staff, and the Commanders, big regression candidates after a magical 12-5, Philly's floor remains the highest in the division by a comfortable margin. Now, here is the bottom line. The Eagles are the NFL's most complete NFC roster going into September. A top-tier QB, premium playmakers, a bruising OL, young corners trending up, and staff/identity continuity. That's the formula to clear 12 wins again and hold serve in the East. Dallas Cowboys, 10-7, second place wild card. The rebound of the 2025 Dallas Cowboys is real. New leadership, clearer identity. After a 7-10 slide in 2024, Dallas pivoted hard. Brian Schottenheimer elevated to head coach. Matt Eberflus hired as DC. Schottenheimer's track record isn't cutting edge, but he pairs well with Dak Prescott as a defined read, rhythm-first play caller. Eberflus's return to Dallas promises a return to fast, gap-sound defense with a take-the-ball emphasis, a philosophical reset after the Mike Zimmer one-and-done. They finally found a real wide receiver too. Trading for George Pickens gives Dallas a boundary hammer who wins vertically and at the catch point, forcing coverage to play Dallas honest. With CeeDee Lamb drawing bracket attention and Dak thriving on isolation matchup throws, fade, back shoulder, deep curl, Pickens fills the Michael Gallup role, only with more juice. This was the single most important offensive upgrade of their offseason. Micah Parsons' cloud is real, but talent wins. The contract saga and trade request headlines lingered through camp, yet he reported. Even in a hold-in, Parsons tilts fronts and protection schemes, manufacturing negative plays for Eberflus without heavy blitz rates. If Dallas gets even league average cornerback health opposite Trevon Diggs, their pressure coverage marriage improves from 2024. Week 1 is tough. The arc is favorable. Opening in Philly on the Banner Tour isn't ideal, especially with an unsettled running back rotation. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, rookies Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa, Deuce Vaughn, still sorting out touch share. But the offense's ceiling rises dramatically with Pickens. An Eberflus system tends to stabilize tackling or run fits as the season settles. Expect a 3-3 start that turns into a 7-4 finish. What caps the ceiling of this team? O-line attrition risk and a non-elite run game. If Dallas can't stay ahead of the sticks on first down, their EPA per play will yo-yo, and they'll lean on Dak's tight window accuracy more than they'd like. Still, with Schottenheimer simplifying the plan and Eberflus improving situational defense, 10 wins is a fair midpoint projection. Here's the bottom line. Not a top 2 seed NFC juggernaut, but a wildcard team with dangerous outside-the-numbers weaponry and a defense that should bounce back under Eberflus. The delta from 7 to 10 to 10 to 7 is exactly the new staff plus wide receiver 2 jump. Washington Commanders, 9 and 8, third place. Why they step back a bit and still scare people. The 2024 leap was real and spectacular. Washington went 12-5, won 2 playoff games at Tampa Bay and at Detroit, and reached the NFC title game behind Offensive Rookie of the Year Jaden Daniels and a top 5 scoring offense, 485 points. That happened. It also happened amid elite one-score luck and an unsustainably high fourth down conversion rate, 87%. Classic regression markers. They got aggressive to protect Daniels and add YAC. GM Adam Peters traded for left tackle Laramie Tunsil and wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Moves that fit the philosophy. Fewer negative plays up front, more easy yards after the catch. Between Terry McLaurin, who just ended his holdout with a 3-year extension, and Deebo's motion touches, Daniels has answers versus pressure and static zone. That's exactly how you support a sophomore quarterback. But the market's already fading them. Even with real improvements, sharp projections have Washington tagged as a likely decline candidate from 12 wins, citing one-score luck, fourth down outliers, and the randomness of turnover margins. Put differently, the team's underlying numbers scream good, not 12-5 good. A small slide toward .500 is the base case. The defense is better on paper, still A to be determined in reality. Adding Marshawn Lattimore and reworking the back end boosts matchup flexibility if health cooperates. The front remains twitchy enough to create pressure without heavy blitzing, but gap fits versus outside zone were streaky last year and could remain so early. If DC Dan Quinn's structure tightens up explosives, Washington flips a couple of coin flips back into wins. Hogs Haven. Now, what moves them up a tier? If Daniels' downfield accuracy climbs, especially versus middle field close looks, and Tunsil's presence cuts the negative play rate, they can repeat double-digit wins. The new toys, Deebo Jet or Orbit Package, RPO glance to McLaurin, raise the floor. The question is whether the defense's explosive play leakage and high leverage luck normalize at the same time. Projection 9 to 8. Live for the 6th of July seed until week 18. New York Giants, 6-11, fourth place. Now, here is why last year matters, and why this year is about a reset. The Giants went 3-14 in 2024, were swept in the division, and cycled QBs. The lone bright spot was rookie Malik Neighbors setting a franchise receptions record, 109, while everything else burned. That gives us an honest starting point. This roster needed a complete quarterback room reset and line help. They addressed the first part. QB room stabilization finally. New York signed Russell Wilson 1 year, added Jameis Winston 2 years, and drafted Jackson Dart in round 1. For 2025, Brian Daboll has competence and optionality, a veteran starter to run the show, a high-variance backup who can attack deep windows, and a first-rounder to nurture. That's how you bridge from chaos to a plan. The offense should look different immediately. Wilson's still excellent in the quick game and the movement menu, keeper nakeds, and Daboll can manufacture defined shots to Neighbors while letting Tyler Nubin, Theo Johnson, and the backs work the underneath. The wide receiver room is young and athletic, and Russell's throw-it-to-green-grass approach matches Daboll's spacing DNA. Expect a quieter turnover profile and more sustainable drives. Defense and trenches remain the swing variable. Even with a competent QB, the 2024-25 issues up front don't vanish overnight. Wilson performs best when the run game threatens the B-gaps and he can live in boot play action. New York's O-line has to be passable for this to hit. If protection even climbs to league average, 7 to 8 wins aren't crazy. But until we see that for a month, 6-11 is the pragmatic call. But here is the encouraging sign. This is the most coherent Giants QB plan in years, and it comes with a true wide receiver one who already proved he can carry volume as a rookie. If the preseason pop around the offense translates beyond August, they won't be a free space anymore. Final NFC East projection: Philadelphia Eagles 13-4, NFC East champs. Dallas Cowboys 10-7, wild card. Washington Commanders 9-8, New York Giants 6-11. When the dust settles in the NFC East, the hierarchy is clear. The Philadelphia Eagles remain the class of the division, flexing their championship DNA and cruising to another double-digit win season at 13-4. The Dallas Cowboys rebound under a new staff and with fresh offensive firepower, finishing 10-7 and securing a wild card spot. Washington steps back slightly, but stays competitive at 9-8, still building around Jaden Daniels and their new playmakers. And the New York Giants, though finally organized at quarterback, remain a step behind, ending at 6-11 as they continue their rebuild. The story of the East is simple. Philadelphia is still the gold standard, Dallas is dangerous but chasing, Washington is intriguing but volatile, and New York is fighting to climb out of the basement. Rivalries will define the weeks, but in 2025, the crown once again belongs to the Eagles.